Shagawana. Yeah, growing up in Koreatown, I mean, first of all, I should start, I was born in Hollywood, Presbyterian, which is a lot of the K-Town people are born from the same hospital. And yeah, I grew up here, I lived in Korea for a little bit, and then, moved around a bit little, but, my home is LA and always been. And I'm a surfer, but it's not like I just became a surfer just because some other guys are gang banging or whatever. And we had that phase, LA in the 90s, and all these youngs, and like they're like recruiting or something. And then I didn't want to, I'm not a gangster, never was. There's no like cause or issue to be like so G about it, you know what I mean? It's like 21st century. What is there? Like, we have our rights, and and I didn't really want to study. I went to private school. I started ditching, and I think that's when I had the tendency of kind of wanting to get out of this system, kind of just surf and enjoy my life. So yeah, and then when after that I got my own board, and I started surfing, and I was like, I'm gonna surf, guys. And then in Koreatown, no one surfs, so I saved up my money, and my brother was like, hey, I'm gonna surf too then. And then our other friend Harry joined it, and then that's when where we started. And then back then we had a Honda Civic, and we would fit our kook like beginner surfboards, and we would drive all the way to Zuma Beach, and back then gas was cheaper too, so we'd just go there and surf and get pounded, and change our lives. And yeah, and I started surfing in Venice. That's when I met all my friends. Now I became part of the very few, actually, like, very few Asian surfer who's actually from LA. And still a lot of my Venice friends, Venice locals, they all think I'm from Venice, but I'm actually from like K-Town, which is like in the middle, basically, between like Silver Lake, downtown, and smack in the middle. So yeah, that's who I am. And yeah, a lot of the Koreatown people, I mean, first of all, I think you have to find yourself, right? But I mean, my family, we had really good Christian values, and I am Christian. And I think family is where you should find your identity. Like, you're loved by your creator. I believe in Jesus Christ, and you're loved by your family, and your values, how much you're worth. Money can't buy, right? And so I made up my mind as a child, like, I'm not gonna drink, I'm not gonna smoke. And I tried. I'm 31 now, so I tasted alcohol, and I never smoked weed, by the way. It may be hard for you guys to believe, but I never will plan on smoking weed or anything like that. I don't want to. That's who I am. And in America, we have freedom of speech and all that stuff. Like, if you don't want to do it, you don't do it. And if you don't want to see it, you don't see it. If you don't want to get involved, then you don't get involved. If you don't like it, just ignore it, And good thing about LA is that, my friends, they all respect me for who I am, and that's why I became friends, and I have friends. Yeah. So yeah, you know, Koreatown every weekend. I still have friends, you know, go out and drink and party and all that stuff. But me, I think for surfers, it's more like priorities are kind of different. You know what I mean? Like if there's a swell, then we will check, and that's our party, you know. And then it's not bad for you. You don't kill your brain cells. You don't feel like nasty the day after. No hangovers. But instead, we wake up and meet our friends, and you know, get in the water, eat after, you know, just chill. I think that's the difference, and you know, I think people try too hard to be someone they're not, like being a, I don't know, like a gangbanger. Like, I mean, gangbanger, that's like an old school term, I guess, but like being a gangster type, or like a hipster type, skater type, or like yeah, I'm a musician. Everybody in LA is a writer, musician, and you know, all the entertainment. And you know, I understand, like, you know, everybody comes to LA, and you know, like you live here, like you do your like pilgrimage, kind of like you pay your dues for like living here for 6 months, and you become like I lived in LA, you know. You could say that to your friends or whatnot. But you know, all the locals, we know who the locals are, and we kind of stick together. And when people say like, oh, LA is like shady, LA is whack, and like they don't know what they're talking about because they're not from here, you know. And that's the truth, because like people from LA are actually really, really tight, and we all get along. We love our Lakers and Dodgers and Kings and, you know, Clippers, you know, even though I only follow surfing. But you know, we have our family bond and our ohana, shaka lohana. You know, I could talk a little bit about shaka lohana later, but this is more about, you know, being a surfer from Koreatown. So yeah, you know, this is just my storytelling, you know, just who I am. And I just want people to know that you don't have to do drugs, you don't have to smoke weed, you don't have to do other kinds of drugs, you don't have to always keep on dating and just rebound each other and, you know, cause all this drama. And just be a good citizen and good person, you know. You know what's right and wrong, and we all pay the price, you know. You try to fight big wave, you try to, like, you know, go against it, you're gonna wipe out, you know, you're gonna get pounded. You know, I use surfing terminology for everything, something like life, dating, you know. But yeah, you just have to be good, you know. We all gonna get judged, we all gonna get paid at the end, you know. You think you're crazy, like, because you have status, you're rich and whatever, but we're gonna die. We're all dying every day, you know. But I'm a really positive person, so, you know, every day is a new day. After especially my near-death experience, you know, I realize every single day is a gift from God. And, you know, I want you to know that even though you know, we'll go through hard times, but every single day is a gift from God. And you have to realize that, you have to realize from your heart that every single day, every single moment, you're alive, not because you're like, oh, this crazy person, but it's a grace, it's a gift from God, you know. So Jesus loves you. People know me as a surfer, actor, MC, singer, all those things, and I don't want to lie, you know, I do care how people see me, like everybody else, but not too extreme, you know, because I know that I'm loved and I have core people in my life, like I said before, and, you know, my family, my brothers, Shakalwana, and yeah, so it's about finding who you are in this earth. Like my grandma always says, you know, since I was a kid, to my brother and I, were like, you know, grandma would tell us, we're just visiting, we're visitors. In Korean, nagune insen. It's like vagabond life. So, you know, do the right thing, you know. Be a good man, you know, be honest, and before your creator, your family, people around you, and yeah, and try to find your identity, you know. If not your family, then your best friends, your close friends, and you gotta make friends, because life is not about just being like, yeah, I'm like cool by myself, you know. It's about you have to live with each other, help each other, love each other. So I guess that's like the core message of this film, and this is my passion. My passion is, of course, surfing and all these things, but I guess it's storytelling, and I think this is my first introduction film to kind of my side of storytelling, and I'm planning on new things and more like LA, Venice, surf scene and all that, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so this is about my story, our story, and Shaka Lohana. Shaka Lohana is basically the word I made up in 2007 at Venice Beach with my Venice local surfers, and the word means shaka in Hawaiian, means like peace. You see the hang loose sign, shaka, relax, peace, shaka, aloha, love, ohana, family. So all that together, Shaka Lohana. And yes, it's trademarked. I own it, and yeah, and then kind of among local surfers and my friends, and thank you to David Choi Music, kind of spread around the world a little bit, and people know as Shaka Lohana, and that's another story. I had a near-death experience, and my life changed, and came up with that word, Shaka Lohana. So, you don't need drugs, you don't need alcohol, you know. You gotta learn how to enjoy life as a sober person, like we always do. You know, enjoy your town, downtown LA, you know, wherever you're from. Be proud of, you know, who you are, and explore. You know, you don't have to like drink or do crazy things to like enjoy. You know, people say like, how can you not drink? How you gotta live a little. I'm like, dude, that's what I say to you guys. You know, you gotta live a little. You know, be sober. Like when you're a kid, you don't need alcohol. You don't need, I mean, maybe sugar, like candies and ice creams, but you know, be clear-minded and go out there. Be the Koreatown surfer. Be the rock climber. Be the filmmaker. Do it. You only live once, right? I mean, YOLO to us, that's a totally different meaning, but anyways, I guess I want to end this film with this, what I always say to my friends, try to convince them to go surfing. This moment will never ever come back ever again. This storm, this swell, these waves, this opportunity will never ever come back. So let's go surf. Let's do it. Whatever you're doing in your life, do it, as long as it's not illegal and harming others. You know what I mean? Love each other, and Shaka Lohana. This is the message from the Venice local Koreatown surfer, I guess. Shaka Lohana, I love you. That's what I say when you call me. My voice message. Anyways, Shaka Lohana.